it's a great time to get a hold of Father Jeff Walker and take a walk with Father Jeff.
I'm walking, yes, indeed, I'm talking.
Good morning, Father Walker. How are you this morning?
I am wonderful. How are you, gentlemen?
We're doing great.
Terrific.
Thank you.
I got to tell you, my favorite segment of this morning show is Wendy Sheridan.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think she's got it down pat. She's got it locked in.
Well, I want to follow that up real quickly. We did a very extensive survey of listeners to find out what their favorite segments of the show are. One, the first place was before and after, and then what came in second was the breaks.
Mm-hmm.
Wendy must have been a close third there.
Yeah, I mean, all the favorite segments were ones that did not feature Ron and Dave.
Right.
I tell you, though, she was talking about drivers that succeed with clear and constructive feedback. I give clear and constructive feedback to drivers all the time. I don't think they can hear it, but I'm trying to do my part. I just wanted Wendy to know.
Gotta love that.
I don't know if she's listening, but I really do try. Oh, goodness, gentlemen, it is coming to my favorite time of the year, which is Christmas, but also Advent. So everyone knows I'm the roller coaster priest, and when I was a little kid, I wrote a paper for school that I still remember, and you had to write down your ideal day. So my ideal day was a day at Cedar Point. I was maybe in 5th grade. That still might be my ideal day. I'd have to give it some thought.
Mm-hmm.
But I wrote in the paper that my ideal day at Cedar Point would mean that there was a very short wait for all of the rides. So it'd only take 5 or 10 minutes. And I remember one of my classmates saying, well, that was stupid. It's your day. You get to make it whatever you want. Why didn't you just make it no lines? So you got to just walk right on. And they sort of thought I had made a mistake there. And I said, no, because I think some of the wait is part of the thrill. Some of the anticipation, some of the build up to it. I'm on my way to a wedding today. And I walk with a lot of engaged couples as they're preparing for marriage. And it's not the same experience as just eloping. That engagement time, that time is not just preparation, but also the Lord is increasing our desire. He's teaching us about our desire. And I think that's what Advent really is. Christmas is my favorite sort of season of the year, sacred and secular, I think. It's just a beautiful time of the year, like the music, like the traditions. Like the, incarnate Lord, big fan of that. But the anticipation, the waiting for it, is part of the thrill. So I'm really excited for Advent to start this weekend.
Now, I love that. I'm going to circle back around to something that you said that piqued my curiosity. You do a lot of wedding preparation with couples. That has become, I would assume that has changed significantly in the last 50, 60 years, say, and that preparation itself has probably changed. How do you approach that, knowing, quite frankly, a lot of marriages just don't make it these days?
Well, I think that, like I said, that the time of engagement is a time for focusing on our desire. It's not only a time when the Lord increases our desire, but when we learn about our desire. And so I try to help couples understand what it is that they are being called to. What is it that you're entering into with this covenant of marriage? But also, why are you doing this? What is your motivation here? And not that I'm trying to fish out bad motives, which is sometimes the case, but I would say most couples get married with good motives, but they don't really spend the time reflecting on that, thinking of that. They don't know that. And so when the rich turns to poor, or the health turns to sickness, or the good turns to bad, if they don't know why they're there and what they've been called to, it's real easy just to go the other way. And so that's sort of what I focus on my part of marriage preparation. But of course, marriage preparation, at least in the Diocese of Toledo, and the way I do it, also involves them interacting with other married couples. As part of the Engaged Couples Retreat, it involves natural family planning courses to learn more about their sexuality and planning families in that way. So it's a multifaceted approach, but But that's sort of my angle on it.
Well, and the thought out there is there's no real understanding, no real commitment, even with couples who are getting married. What is your experience with the couples you're working with?
I tell you, it really varies. There are some couples who are a little bit older, at least in my parish mind, because I've got a lot of college students. So maybe I'll have students who are, have already graduated. They've lived in the world for a while. They'd be what the world would consider a little more mature, and we've got a lot of work to do there. I've got couples who are not even old enough to drink yet, who are discerning their marriage, who know exactly who they are and what they're about. So every couple is very different, and I find it very hard to paint people with one brush. That's sort of my approach as well. I don't like this whole jumping through hoops thing. We're just going to talk about the same things with the same people no matter what. I want to figure out who people are and make sure they've thought about the things they need to think about and talked about the things they need to talk about.
Well, that sounds like a firm foundation for these couples, and some wonderful topics that you bring up with it, because, it is a challenge, and people seem to wait longer to get married these days, but I think with the right direction, the right preparation, and enough time, because you don't want to rush these things, obviously. You want to take the time to really get ready. Your vocation to the priesthood took a number of years, and a vocation to the married life should take some time too. Maybe not 7 years, but it takes some time.
Right, and I think my view is skewed a little bit because I get the people who want to be married in the church, and I tell you what, the people who opt into the church always give me a lot of hope, especially the young people.
Amen. Love it. And what a wonderful connection to Advent and Christmas. Take advantage of the preparation time. Thank you so much, Father.
Have a great weekend.